Hello. Don't mind me. I'm currently trying to look for music for this. I have no idea what sort of music I'm gonna do. Oh, I need to change that as well. Willow. Okay. Hello. I'm not quite sure what's going to happen during the talk today, but I guess we will see. But if you were unaware of what's going on, I think it was last Mirac session. Oh, there's my thing from Kelchi. Last Mirac session, Willow was approached by one of Ludric's people and was basically asked to meet with Ludric to talk about some offer, but it would be through a dream, so that I guess things were more private. But I know that there's going to be others there, so I'm not too sure what's going to happen. But we will see. Just trying to look for some music. Not that this is going to be bad or anything, but I don't know what it's going to entail. Hello. I'm good. How are you? Mm-hmm. Mm. Okay. Okay. Oh. Oh no. It could be the lighting in this world. Hmm. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm? Mm-hmm. Okay. Hello. We will wait. I don't think I'm gonna go in this though. I might end up walking in with this since we're in a dream, and some lore for Willow. She has these nightmares where she's constantly like stuck in a place, but she turns into this, and this is supposed to be like what she's supposed to look like. I might change the music. My audio's very low. Let me fix that. Could also just be me because I'm very quiet. I'm a quiet person. Okay, there we go. Let me see if there's something else I could use. Oh no. I know this world that I gotta find it. Okay. Hopefully I'm not too quiet.
Yeah, this one works out much better.
Yeah.
Okay. So, once Sean gets here, we will discuss a little setup, and then we'll go cards up. First of all, by the way, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm getting better. Recovery is going as well as it can be, so at this point it's just a waiting game and just getting better over time.
Well, that's good that you're recovering.
Yeah, over the worst of it now at this point. Surgery and whatnot, but at this point it's just a couple more weeks and then I'll be back to normal, be able to flail around, run for Malleus to get an RP. It'll be a great time. Phenomenal time.
Wonderful
We'll see if I
times.
can't go 2 for 2. Yeah. Listen, it worked out so well for me last time. I thought, why not try again? See if I can't beat my high score.
I felt that. I felt that. Question. So this is supposed to be
Answer.
like a dream world, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Would it... Because of what Willow's been going through, would it be okay for her to be in this form because this is what she truly looks like?
So, the thing about the dream is that when you come here, your image, how you come here, how you appear, is based off how you feel and how you view yourself. You can alter your form in any form or fashion while you are here.
Okay.
It is about what your representation of you is. So if this is more what Willow thinks that she would look like or feel more comfortable in, then this is what she would come here looking like.
Okay. Good to know. Thank you.
Oh boy,
Of course.
I love the smell of lead paint in the morning.
Yippee! All right, so here is the little bit of setup that is going to happen here, for simplicity's sake. The both of you independently, at different times, would receive messages from the dog. Uh-oh. Is voice mod going to fight me now? Potentially. We'll find out here in a moment. We'll see what it does. Okay, so you would receive messages at different variables throughout the day. For Charles received a message earlier in the day. It essentially states, meeting tonight. Find a comfortable place to sleep at this time. You are safe. There is no danger.
He's sleeping on the back of a truck with no transmission.
That's fine. It was just essentially get somewhere comfy. That's all that the dog can offer. You, of course, would have been told whenever the initial meeting happened is whenever you were ready to tap the card and think about it, which is how Ludric would be aware of the meeting and time. Of course, as you fall asleep and you begin to awaken, you do recognize the sound of music. The song itself, it may be a mystery to you, but you can at least tell you're hearing music. You also notice that you look down at yourself, that you are displaying yourself the way you are. For what reason? You are unsure. But it seems natural. The only instruction that you would be given in character is that when the guest arrives, bring them to the piano.
Alright.
With that being said, we can go cards up. In 5, 4, 3. Actually, hold it 3. Hold it 3. I realized I had to restart my things, so my full body is not on. Just a little flick. Don't worry. You didn't see nothing. Nothing's happening. It's all great. It's all fine.
It's perfectly fine.
It's fine. All right. Cough, cough. Cards go up.
Busting it down to Mozart.
5, 4, 3, a 2, a 1.
Oh. Well, howdy.
Hi.
So, you were given a card too? By the way, suppose we're not, best not keep him waiting, but do you have any, like, immediate questions, concerns while we walk, or you prefer to let the man himself answer?
I'd rather ask them.
Alrighty. Oh man, am I glad to be here. I think I told you I went to go visit my grandparents. Ugh. I don't think Allie was ready for it. But who is?
Didn't go well?
I mean, anyway, visiting a sociopathic grandfather and a grandmother who puts up with too much nonsense can do. So be it. As well as, the gunfight. That's a different story.
Sounds great.
Not here for that.
Thank you. I appreciate this.
No problem.
I'm glad to see you taking the invitation. As we discussed before, and because I am a man of my word, if at any time any of this does not seem to be your fancy, you find my words to be repulsive in any form or fashion, simply approach the mirror in the back, and you are gone. No consequence, no harm, no requirements. Unfortunately, I must begin this conversation with the semblance of a small request.
Yes.
This hall is a sanctuary to those of myself and those who have bonded themselves and worked with me. I like to think of it as a place where one can clear their mind in a world full of noise. And as such, those who come here leave the conversations they have here within these halls, simply as a matter of one, it being a sanctuary. Do you accept these terms? What you say will be kept between the two of us, of course. Mr. Charles here is merely acting as a third party, as well as, I believe, an associate that I felt you would feel more comfortable with having a familiar face nearby.
I do agree with these terms.
Wonderful. Do you know it is not a binding contract, nor does it indicate any future requests and requirements or dealings with me. Again, all a part of formalities, as I afford all of my guests. As I stated in my previous talk, I wish to make an offer towards you. An extension of a gift of sorts. One, of course, that does come with a requirement in return. However, I believe, as Mr. Charles here will tell you, my requirement in payment is reasonable.
Pretty much. I mean, do you want me to lay out the actual terms you gave me, or I figured that was more customary to be specific?
You share a similar contract with many of the others. Foundation for yours is the basis I use for a lot of the others. However, of course, depending on what is requested, what is asked, and what is desired, changes certain aspects of the contract and the deal that is made. But if you feel comfortable, you may tell her about your contract, permission being granted and all. If not, I can give a more generalized summary.
Well, long story short, if I can sort of imagine my various tools, I'm sure you're familiar with what a warlock is. Sort of a person who makes a arrangement with an individual such as Ludric in exchange for various boons or benefits. For me, primarily, it was magic. I was born without it. As far as I'm aware, I have never had that capacity, and outside of him, I would never have it. So, in exchange for this, there's no soul lozenge, nothing of like that. Primarily, my arrangement was simply the location of items of interest, whether that be something I find interesting that he would also find suitable, or whether it might be information that doesn't necessarily have to be compromising, but again, might be interesting. It might be the location of something that I myself can't retrieve, but he might, or one of his agents might find interesting. In terms of things I've traded in, oh boy, I think there was a ring of protection involved.
Yet.
I know,
A few things.
There's been a few things. Pretty much just monthly arrangements of either information or items, and, in exchange for that, the, powers continue, and if those aren't there, a slight debt is incurred before the powers are... Sorry. A slight debt is incurred, and then if you aren't able to fulfill those debts, the powers are just cut off. As far as I'm aware, that was the full terms of everything.
Yes. Without getting too deep into the debt accruement, but that will be discussed in this conversation. I will ask in the simplest manner and the simplest terms. What is it that you desire? What drives you?
For me, I think it would be learning more psionics. I can do psionics, but I don't know the full extent of where my power can go.
We don't meet many psionics in these parts. The few that I do know are polarizing in their own methods and manners. Some in a positive direction, and others in a much more negative direction. Personally. I'm also aware that certain councilmen are interested in such things.
I know that as well.
As I stated when we talked originally, I myself once made a patron contract with an entity of a higher status than I, and it ended very poorly for me. I still bear the scars from it. Once I was given the capability of doing what I can do now, I made a vow that I would extend this offer to those much like myself, those curious, desiring, hungering people. But I would not do as those who came before me did. I would not use it as a tool to lord over them, to control them. I would use it as a tool to empower them. Give strength to those who desire it. Help those who wish to help themselves. One of the joys of being what I am, I suppose, is supposedly I have a long time ahead of me. Much of those like my kind have had centuries to gather and garner knowledge, holding it in whole. Which means a manner of things have been learned over time. Some potentially pertaining to psionics. To what extent, I will not lie to you and tell you that it will be every little bit of detail that you could ever want to know. But what I can almost guarantee you is that it will be more than what you currently have. And of course, as I stated, this is not simply just a free exchange. After all, I can bestow upon people certain rights based off of where I am from. However, in order to do so, the tower must be given something in return. Knowledge given is knowledge gained, after all. The way my contracts work is it's incremental. When you're at a beginning stage, which is where you would start off at, your requirements would be low. Thus, what I give you would also be more introductory, but I am also not simply going to give you scraps. I'm going to give you something to work with. Something you can actually benefit from, use, grow, nurture. And as such, your payment will begin small. As time passes, if you are liking of the arrangement and wish to have more, the debt will increase. However, the allotment upon which you can use and be bestowed with will also increase. So long as you make the monthly payments, that is my only requirement. I may call upon you and others from time to time, but I will not make you do anything that you are not willing to do. If you're not comfortable with an offer, or a potential task or a job that I may give you, simply refute it, and I will leave you alone. Again, and I cannot stress this enough, I'm not doing this to hold power over people. I'm doing this to empower you.
And all things considered, the rumors, as well as what I personally experienced, that is definitely truth. Considering what I've heard of other people's pacts, willing or no, with the Fae.
Yeah.
This pact can go many different ways, dear. For some, it is merely a gateway, an open door for them to learn the bare minimum, and some are content with that, and if they are, I am as well. There are those who have also dedicated themselves fully into the pact, who have gone past a simple introduction and dedicated their entire existence into it. And for those, power has been granted in a much wider capacity. And should either of you one day wish to explore that path, the full dedication, note that I will not claim you as an object. Note that I will not simply view you as a conquest or a prize to be obtained. In that exchange, you will give me the ultimate value and trust, and in return, I will reward it by giving you what you give in return. But alas, that is a conversation and an offer for another day. To give a direct offer, I will bestow upon you access to my library. You've seen it before. Ever stretching, far and wide. Rows upon rows of books with no end in sight. Centuries and eons of knowledge gathered, garnered, and nurtured with careful selection and very patient hands. I will allow you access to this, along with access to the librarians who watch over the tomes, to help you find what it is you are looking for. In the beginning, I will allow you to check out one book at a time. A book that you may either read in the library or here in the sanctuary. It is not a physical book you can take outside. You will only be able to read it while you are asleep. However, during that time, I will also ensure your mind's protection and safety. Influences from the outside will not find you. People will not harm you, nor will they be able to find where you are, so long as you don't want them to. That is my offer to you. In return for this, much like Mr. Charles here, and those of others of the house, and under my patronage, I request 2 pieces of information. Baubles, trinkets, artifacts, books, tomes, things of interest or power, to be delivered to me at the beginning of the month or at the end of the month, whichever you would prefer. So long as this is met, your debt will be paid, and you are allowed to do as you please. As I stated before, if a job is presented to me, I may present it to you. If you accomplish these jobs, I will reward you in kind. Perhaps further rewards from the pact. Maybe something from a personal collection. But as I also stated, if these jobs seem too harrowing, too dangerous, or just not something you'd be interested in, simply refute them and go about business as normal. Are there any questions so far?
I do have one. So, if I were to ask for information on a very specific individual, would that possibly be allowed?
Depending on what the information is and what is being asked of this individual, people could be discovered and found out about. After all, that is less information that is in the tomes and more of the other side of my business. If you bring that to my attention and tell me what you wish to know, I can set about my other side to find the information you seek. After all, I have been in all social circles of my life in these realms for quite some time. I've learned many things about people. So to answer yes, but I will not guarantee I will have all the answers for every question you might have. But if I can, I will answer.
Okay. I do accept the offer.
Before you do, although I do appreciate the candor, let me at least explain the negatives of this contract so that way you are not caught off guard and you are aware. Because I also must pay my own fees, and as such, so do you. Upon the end or the beginning of a month, if your fee is not met, power and knowledge restricted from this deal will be taken in full.
Mm-hmm.
You will simply, however, be put on pause until you have paid off the previous month's debt. The moment you do, the link will be re-established, the knowledge will be given once more freely, and you are allowed to do as you wish again.
Mm-hmm.
However, multiple instances of such a transgression might occur. Interest. If by the end of the first month past a failure to pay a debt, the tower must be paid, and unfortunately that is when I must step in, and a punishment must be given. If you cannot pay the knowledge openly with what you can find, then the debt will be paid from within, from knowledge that you already have.
Mm-hmm.
Stories are very valuable treasures to a person, and I do not wish to take those from people. That goes against everything that I stand for. I also wish to point out too, that if at any point in this deal you no longer find it beneficial, and you wish to remove yourself from it fully, that is possible. So long as you pay 3 months of tithing in advance, the contract can be brought to a close, and you will be freed from any obligations. However, in return, any knowledge gained, powers obtained, or duties accomplished through the connection, those will all be taken back as well. You will have no knowledge of ever being able to cast these things, or ever being able to remember these things. But Past that point, your life will be yours to live as you see fit. And you will not have to worry of any retaliation from the house, or myself, or any others that fall under my control, guidance, or watch. With this information and knowledge in mind, do you accept this deal?
I do.
You begin to feel a small burning. It originates in the hand, and like a pulse, it goes through your body. But the pain quickly subsides, and you feel as if nothing had happened. When you awaken, you will be wherever you went to sleep at. You will, however, carry the mark of the house. My house in particular, my brand. Where it ends up is always different per person. It seems to follow the path of where it symbolizes itself the most. It can even be on prosthetics. Should you ever need to reach me in a secure method where none can hear us, focus on the mark. Think of my name. Think of my name specifically. And reach out to me. Reason I say that specifically is if you simply focus on the mark and start trying to contact me, I may not be the one who answers. After all, I am not the only one in my house. There are others of my kind that might answer. Others who might make other forms of deals, offerings. I cannot restrict you from making secondary deals and other contracts with those of the house, although I would advise against it. After all, multiple deals leads to multiple debts, and is a very slippery slope to fall into. In the meantime, I hope I'm able to give you what you're looking for. Until next time.
Might recommend a glove in the event that also shows up in your physical form. Something that was at least mentioned to me, but interestingly not to you, was it's generally preferred to keep your identity as a member of this little organization, as one might say, clandestine. As you already know, people are after Ludric. If he knows he's giving out packs, people might go after us to go after Ludric. So,
That is very true.
in the same way that anything discussed here stays private, I would prefer you not bring up any of the magic. It's going to come out eventually, I know it will, but until that point, if you wouldn't mind keeping it a secret.
Definitely. Not the first time I've had to hide myself.
True. Fortunately, I do also need to speak to Ludric about something else. But first, while it is a secret, we are allowed to communicate with one another, whether in here or in the physical. Just, no, don't put it up on neon that you've been making packs, pretty much, and there won't be any issues.
Will keep noted.
Well, I'm glad to have you with us. We'll fist bump to signify this isn't a pact.
Okay.
Well, you get some rest, alright? Hope you and Asmo have been doing well over on the primary material.
Yeah, we're doing good. He asked me on a date yesterday, so we went on a date for Valentine's.
I knew he
nice.
had it in him. Well, I won't tease you. You have a good remainder of your evening. I'll hopefully be back Friday, but Saturday I'm going to be repairing my armor, getting my bullets back together, and making sure Allie's okay. So
Yeah.
we got jumped. So
Oh?
she's fine, I'm fine, but it was nasty bit.
Oh, jeez. Well, I hope you both are okay.
I mean, I don't think I'd be here if I wouldn't, or if I wasn't. So
Very true.
by the way,
Alright.
see you on the other side.
See you on the other side.
With that is cards down.
I did want to have another scene with you, wherever you are. That's Matcha.
I'm right here.
I see your fucking camera. Oh, your fucking nameplate's like 5 times higher. I don't want to keep you here in the event that you got somewhere else to be. You frankly want to catch up some sleep. It is also entirely up to you as to whether or not you want to do that scene or not. Considering, you know, I did kind of spring it last minute, but this is probably the best time to spring it. So
Yeah, I can have the scene right now if you would like to. And obviously, Matcha, if you would like to, you know, watch the scene, you're more than welcome to.
I don't know. It's almost 11 my time,
If it
so
is-
I might head out to sleep.
yikes.
Oh, understandable then. So
Yeah, I
then here, then let me give you this then at least in a few. Whenever I finish up the scene, I will go into my files and I will send you the. I will send you the mark and I will send you the mission map for it, so that way you can add it to your avatar. Now, in terms of placement is purely up to the player where they want to put it. Again, as I stated in character, some people it's more symbolic where the placement is. One of the warlocks has it over their face because, again, they have fully dedicated themselves to the house, whereas some people have it on a hand, some people have it on the back of the neck. So wherever you want to put it, you can put it right there. You don't have to tell me. Wherever you put it is purely up to you. And of course, one of the things that you would also be, whenever you see the mark, you would hear a small whisper in your ear, essentially saying, if you concentrate hard enough on it, you can make it fade and disappear for a little while. It would be rude to leave a mark like this on you and not offer you at least a capability on my side to help you hide it.
Okay, that's good.
Meanwhile, I just said it was a cool metal marking. Yep. And everyone believed it because, you know, Warlock Charles is crazy. So I'm not sure how visible it is, but in character it is underneath Charles's glove. Yeah, we can probably go over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only person she'd have to hide it from is probably Asmo and her daughter Jasmine, because Jasmine would want to investigate into it, and Asmo would probably question as to what's going on.
If either of them do, and they start looking into it, trying to research or whatever, please reach out to me. I will gladly DM things for them.
Definitely.
Yeah, all this is mainly facilitation stuff, so... I wanted to do the whole Warlock thing. Originally I was going to do it with someone else. Couchy reached out to me and I was like, this is a hell of a lot better. I'm going to do this one because I wanted to be an Infernal Warlock because, you know, literal making deals with the devil.
Yeah.
I'm only slightly evil. I don't know what you're talking about.
Listen. Lawful evil still's got evil in it, but we all have our villain arcs. We're in the metaverse.
Listen, it's fine. It's fine. Listen. You may think I'm evil and dastardly, whatever, but listen, I can make you do cool things if my hands would work. Oh, do it? There it is. I can make you do cool things. A lot of wonderful, fun little spells and things. All you gotta do is ask. Although for you, it'd be a little different. Now, by the way, for future references, in this sanctuary where you're here, it all takes place in a dream, which means how you see yourself is how you portray yourself in here. If you think Charles would see himself before he lost his arm and see himself back to how he used to be, you can absolutely do that.
Oh, I mean, he got it cloned back. Not many people know that one either.
Oh. He's just wearing a gauntlet over it?
Well, no. It's just matching.
Oh.
You're going to protect your arm,
Yeah.
Not going to fluently, look, guys, I got it. Well, eventually, when the casual outfit, whenever the casual outfit comes out, it will not only have the mark on the hand, but it will also, it'll also have the physical hand there.
Interesting.
Funnily enough, lost that hand fighting a machination of the individual you were probably requesting information from. Thank you, MacDaddy Malleus.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's the information for the person she was wanting.
Yes, she knows a lot of information already, but there's a specific kind that she wants to understand, and that's what her ex told her about there being psionic children on the first level of MMI, and she wants to understand why he's doing that.
Oh boy. So here's the real fucked up part. I have an answer for you.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. You have made a connection that's going to give you an answer. It's a question of just how are you going to feel about that answer?
Do you want that answer?
Do I want to know that answer? Probably not. Am I gonna?
We'll find out next
no,
time on Dragon Ball Z.
I mean, all you have to do is reach out to me. It could be the text RP. We could do another scene in the sanctuary whenever you want. I facilitate any form of RP that's easier for you. It works for your schedule.
Yeah, I'm quite literally a level 1 warlock. The only thing Charles didn't show you was the armor of Agathis. I chill.
Yeah.
He's pretty cool.
He's pretty cool.
Yeah, and whenever, I still love LDV's reaction. Just, Charles, huh? I'm just like, yeah. Sorry, were you expecting anything different?
No.
Listen, fighter warlock, good multi-class, as far as I understand.
Oh yeah. You want to cast Eldritch Blast 15 times in a row? That's how you do it.
Either way.
Yes. So before it gets too late, and so that way I can also get towards my dinner eventually. I am prepared for the scene if you are.
Alrighty. Would you like to watch along, or are you gonna go honk me?
I'm probably gonna go sleep because I have to be up at 6 a.m. for work.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
5:15 is when I set my alarm. But fortunately, there's a staff development day tomorrow. Hoorah! Yippee! Hooray, continued education.
Love teaching.
That doesn't mean I don't get paid.
Alright. Thank you for listening,
Well,
Couchy. I will see you all another time.
I'll see you Sunday, perhaps.
Be around.
I'm gonna reset to where I was, and then we can get it going.
Okay. That was a short, small scene. It was nice. But, unfortunately, I'm probably going to head off. Yeah, it was nice. Oh, VR chat! What the fuck? What the hell? What the fuck? We love glitching. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna bring this back out so I can look at you all. Okay. I'm probably going to head out because unfortunately I have to be up for work at like 6 a.m. in the morning. Good times. Out of body experience. Yeah, it's an out of body experience. But I'm gonna go sleep. 'Cause work. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the stream today. I will see you all next time. Bye!